Hey, what's going on, your Charisma team? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Nathan Olson, and in today's video, we're going to be going over how to get verified on Twitter fast. Stay tuned. Now, it's without question that Twitter has become an essential social media platform for a lot of businesses and small brands that are starting. Twitter acts as both a community service platform for a lot of big brands, as well as a place for smaller brands to create their influence and really connect with their community. Due to that, you could be looking on how to get verified on Twitter. That simple blue check mark is a sign of both authenticity and influence on the platform that is really unmatched by a regular account. Therefore, a lot of people, including myself, and I'm sure you here watching this video, strive to get that verified blue check mark on Twitter. That's why in this video, we're going to be going over a couple of ways that can improve your chances of getting verified on Twitter, as well as the process of going about how to get verified on Twitter. Thankfully, like most platforms, Twitter now offers a verification process. Just like Instagram and TikTok, Twitter has a verification process that it will let you go through in order to help your chances of getting verified, as well as make you understand and help you understand the requirements needed to get verified. And we're going to go over a couple of those requirements as well as break them down to give you the best chances of getting verified on Twitter. The first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to increase your overall Twitter activity. If you're someone that has a ton of social media accounts and you're spending less time on Twitter, I would highly suggest that you focus a little bit more time on Twitter, constantly updating your feed with new posts and new tweets on a regular basis. The reason being is that Twitter wants to promote influencers, brands, and/or businesses that are active and engaged on their platform. Of course, they will verify accounts that are already verified elsewhere, or if you're a celebrity and you already have a huge following elsewhere, Twitter's obviously going to verify you in order to ensure the authenticity of your account and to ensure that other people don't damage your brand. But if you're just starting out and you're not really verified anywhere else, then being highly active on Twitter, creating an audience that is in love with your tweets and creates a lot of engagement is going to really increase your overall chances of being verified on Twitter. The reason being is that Twitter is constantly looking for people that communicate with their audience and bring value to their platform. Therefore, if you're constantly active and engaged on Twitter, you're going to be bringing your entire audience's eyes to the Twitter platform multiple times a day. Number 2 is going to be create a catchy bio. Now, your bio is the first thing that people see when they first land onto your Twitter page if they haven't followed you through a tweet or something else. And when they first land on your page, your bio is going to speak volume of maybe the type of business brand that you are, and maybe even the type of content that you're posting. Your bio is your first couple lines that you have with your new potential follower, so you need to make it count. Creating a catchy bio and really trying to get your new follower to interact with your page and even follow your account can be a fantastic way to increase your overall following, as well as increase your chances of being verified. Because these people that are going through the verification process at Twitter are real people. They're not marketers, they're not business managers, they're just simple people providing a service at Twitter. And because of that, when you create a catchy bio that really sells them on why they should follow you, or maybe even the value that you bring to your audience, you're going to be giving yourself a perfect chance and a great boost at increasing your overall verification. Step number 3 is going to be strengthen your brand. When it comes to your profile images as well as your header images, it's important that you choose pictures that display positive emotion. When it comes to your profile picture, showcasing you smiling can drastically increase the overall amount of follows that you get as well as engagement. That's because when people land on your page and they see you smiling as the initial introduction to who you are, they're left with positive emotions and they feel that type of positivity leaving your page. That's why it's important to display positive emotions in your profile picture in order to help new viewers and new potential followers display those emotions as well. When it comes to your header images, displaying images that maybe showcase the teamwork, cooperation, or value that you give back to an audience can be a huge way to boost your overall brand and really strengthen the type of community values that you're trying so desperately to build. Let's say, for example, for a lot of speakers and motivational speakers, they almost always, for their header images, they showcase them speaking to an audience. Not only does that showcase maybe their expertise, but that also shows that, they're a person of influence and power that's maybe spreading value, entertainment, and/or help to this community in the picture. So match that with a positive emotion displayed in the profile. You're really going to increase and strengthen the positive emotions that people display when they first come to your page, And that's going to increase the overall amount of follows and community values that you're able to instill in those new potential followers. If you want to really increase the chances of you getting verified, then you're going to want to show off your network. And that's where step number 4 comes into play. Showing off your network to Twitter. For a lot of us, when we come to Twitter, we're not just an individual entity. Maybe we work for a particular corporation, maybe we know some high-level influencers, or maybe we're connected and ambassadors of a particular brand. That signals to Twitter that you know these powerful people and you're in their network. And when Twitter verifies you, that's not only going to help their already established network of verified influencers, but it's also going to help their platform. Now, when it comes to showcasing these particular connections and maybe even other businesses or brands that you have on Twitter, you should really place them in your Twitter bio. That's going to be the first place that people will be able to see how you're connected to other accounts on Twitter, and maybe even show the powerful networks and relations that you have with people on Twitter. You can take a look, for example, at Gary Vaynerchuk's bio. He does a fantastic job of showcasing all of the brands, businesses that he works with, and that gives you great insight as to the powerful network that he has and maybe even the accomplishments that he's been able to achieve. So when it comes to increasing your overall chances, definitely look for influencers that are already verified in your network that maybe you can start to connect with and provide some value to them in order to be able to shout them out in your bio. Or even if you work for a particular brand or business that's already verified on Twitter, placing your job position and attaching that with the Twitter handle of that company in your bio can be a perfect way to increase your credibility and trust to not only Twitter, but to also all of your audience and new community members. All right, number 5 is going to be state your pitch. When you're going through the verification process, there is a place to place comments and some additive information. Writing a short blurb stating the pitch of why you should be verified, what type of value that you bring to your audience, and how you can help the Twitter platform expand and increase their overall revenue. That can be a perfect way to really signal to the person reviewing your account that you have a high investment in getting verified on the platform and you're doing what's in Twitter's best interest. You can signal to Twitter, and this is a perfect thing to include in your pitch, is that as a verified account, you hold more influence on the platform and therefore can draw more people to the platform. So as a brand or a business, if you're able to showcase the value that you bring to the Twitter platform and the positive value that you bring to the Twitter platform, that can be a great way to convince the person that's reviewing your account to give you the verified symbol and to push you through the verification process as approved. Step number 6 is going to be positive PR and website references. If you want to increase your overall chances of getting verified and you're going to want to fulfill this requirement on the Twitter verification process, then you're going to need your account to have backlinks from quality websites and or quality public relations and or news pieces that direct back to your Twitter account. Because Twitter wants to know that not only do you hold influence and power on their network, but you have value and influence outside of their network. Because for Twitter, what really matters to them is increasing their monthly user basis. And the only way they do that is by having more influencers on their platform. Let's say, for example, you have 1 million followers on Twitter, but you have no influence anywhere else. Although you're still an asset to Twitter, you're not helping their overall growth. You're simply managing and helping assist their community, which can help with community relations, but it's not going to help the platform grow in both revenue and monthly user base over time. So as a requirement on their verification process, Twitter is looking for influencers that have at least 5 backlinks from quality websites. So if you're an influencer that's just starting out, look to get interviews with good news outlets, good online magazines, or anywhere where you can get some public relations that's positive, because being able to showcase your value outside of the platform is drastically going to increase your overall chances of being verified. And it's also a requirement, so it's going to be a good thing for you to get out of the way early. All right, guys, that's everything you need to know in order to get verified on Twitter. Remember that if you do get denied for verification on Twitter, to fully re-optimize and do research on why your account got denied in the first place. All too often, I see people reapply without doing any further optimization on your account, and it's obvious that you're going to get denied again. So I encourage you to take some time, rewatch this video, understand where maybe you're lacking and where you can improve on, and make those adjustments and then reapply. And if you need any more help on how to get verified on Twitter or maybe even another social platform, make sure to head over to our blog. I'm going to drop some links in the description down below. There's going to be helpful free assets that you guys can use in order to further your verification and get the more help that you need. All right, guys, that's gonna wrap up this video. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.